Hello, how are you? I hope that very well, and thanks for watching this video and follow us. Today I want to talk about the very important action that through the years and the experience doing trading has given me. And this action is very simple, but at the same time very complicated to fully understand and carry out. And this action is commitment. The meaning of commitment is the state or quality of being dedicated to a cause or activity, or we could say to devote oneself completely to something. And I truly believe this because personally I have experienced it. I know that if you do not decide very consciously to commit to something, you will be likely to be trapped in circles and get nowhere. I want you to ask this question to yourself. Why are you pursuing trading? Take a moment, maybe even pause this video and answer that question, because your objective may hold the true reason why you are pursuing trading. Is it the money? Is it the financial freedom? More time for yourself and your family? What is it that you are doing it for? If these are your objectives, let me tell you that those are not objectives, those are desires. You need to be able to be more specific, because this is the reason many people just jump into trading based on a desire instead of based on true objectives. Yes, your financial desires are very important, they are motivations, but as this image we posted in our Facebook page, motivations help you get started, but habits keep you going. Therefore, making money and have more time with your family and yourself are great motivations. But how do you get there step by step? Of course, there is not only one answer that will fit everyone. This is why I constantly talk about learning trading based on neutral and unconditional principles, so each person can grow from the inside instead of generalizing outside outcomes and trying to fit the approach to every single person. But let's say that you trade a popular approach like Fibonacci sequences. Be more conscious. Are you more concerned about the correctness of the theory or the simplification of understanding when and why exactly you are going to execute the trade every time, and how much risk you can handle, and how much money per process is good and enough for you? If you think about it, it is not the same. In one hand, you are generalizing, but on the other, you are specifying, even though we are talking about Fibonacci sequences. The approach is not the same. One is external and the other internal. And this is what real training and coaching is about. Helping an individual to confront the problem, but with a high sense of awareness and specification. Once you as individual are able to specify very clearly what your main objectives are, is when you can commit to something that you know works, but had not worked, because the problem is that you had not specified and therefore not able to commit 100% to it. And the lack of commitment is something that we can start seeing in everyday life. The famous phrase, the grass sometimes looks greener on the other side. Of course, there is a difference between commitment and stubbornness. Commitment is when you realize that what you have is as good as what others have, maybe even better. But instead of trying to change just because your faulty expectations or because you are concentrating on the negatives, if you only pay attention to that positive and commit 100% to get the best out of it until you get the most out of what you already have, you will start seeing a difference. Of course, sometimes things just don't work out, but you need to commit first and give your 100%. And even though it doesn't work out, you know you gave your 100%. Ask yourself these questions. My last disappointment, or the last time I changed something or stopped doing something, did I really commit myself 100%? Be honest. Always remember that if those other pastures look greener, it's because someone committed to them. Cutting the grass is hard and requires effort no matter what pasture it is. Wheat grows in every field. And if you do not commit all the way, you neglect it. when something is neglected, you start to dislike it. And then you look at what other person has. And you believe that what he has is better. But it's better because he or she committed to it. When you see someone who has a lot of knowledge, they learn it over time. When you see someone that has a lot of skills, they develop them over time. When you see someone who has done a lot, they accomplish it over time. When you see someone who has a lot of money, they earn it over time. The key is over time. Success is built sequentially. It's one thing at a time. Commitment is a very personal thing, and it's an indisputable requirement for getting results in life and separating yourself from the masses. The person that is successful at selling products in the multi-level marketing, the person who doesn't have debt, the person who is in better shape and better health, has achieved those results because most likely that person is committed to that specific goal until he or she gets results. The popular wisdom in trading has a high rate of failure because of the level of generalization, beliefs, and ideologies involved. But that doesn't mean that there are not successful people following the popular concepts or using indicators or back testings or price action, etc. But the reality is that those people, I am sure, specified and committed until they succeeded. Because this is a principle. And this is my message to you today. Commit to whatever you're doing. Be specific of what you want to achieve. People that have taken the advanced training will understand very well what I'm saying. Because once we understand that the price does the same and the manipulation process is the same as well as all those other unconditional processes, what is left as a small retail trader is commitment to something specific. One single thing, but with high precision. Only one thing. When we as individuals commit to something specific and commit to it, we become better and better at it to get results. But even the best approaches will not work in health, education, or trading unless there is commitment. And that is what I want you to do. Commit to your significant other. Commit to your current activity. Maybe you're even looking at trading because you are not even committed in what you are currently doing. Commit to your children, to your religion, to your health. And if you are trading and this is really what you want to do, commit until you achieve what you want. If you stop, you do not really want it. Or you are trying to force the process due to desires and you are concentrating more on the money instead of the process, because commitment doesn't mean wasting money in courses or blowing trading accounts. In this business, you can trade as long as you want with a demo account, with not real money. Nobody obligates you to trade real money in a predetermined time. The commitment I am talking about is a commitment to find those simple rules that will help you act the same way and have the mental tranquility. Commit until you find those rules, and then commit to prove yourself that you are disciplined and consistent to trade real money with these personal and simple and specific rules. This is a process. You have to be patient with the process. Commit to the process. In trading with logic, we help to speed that process, but it is still a process. And once you find this personal approach, you still need to commit to your approach in the good times and the bad times. We are at the end of the year and you know the classic New Year resolutions. But I have good news for you. You do not need to wait for external circumstances or special seasons to commit. You decide if you commit later or you start to commit today. Be more committed with what you're doing, even what you're doing now, even though maybe that is not what you want to do for the rest of your life. But get into the habit of really committing and be patient, because commitment doesn't mean that the positive results will give you results in specific times, but understand that results never come before commitment. This is one of the video of our psycho trading videos we will be uploading in our website. Please leave your comments about commitment, like our Facebook page, and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. This is Luis Morelos. Trade with Logos, trade with logic. Until next time.